I'm live. Good morning, everybody. Good to see you, have you with me, listen, whatever it may be. It is today, the last day of the month here. Huh? Doesn't feel like we're going into May, does it? April snow showers hopefully bring some green grass. We need some warming days now. Oh, if you're watching this as a rerun, you can skip ahead 20 minutes. Yeah. Let's see what's going on here. Got that ready. Got my phone number ready. That's it. Morning, Waylon. Yeah, man, oh man, oh man. That's done. That's done. That sale was yesterday. Just one more. One more bull sale until we're done with those for a while. What else is going on here? My weekly dose of ivermectin. Piss a few more people off that think that I'm going to die very soon. It's been, what, a year that I've been doing this? Morning, Eric. Hope everything's going well for you. Wayne's in the turkey blind, huh? I always forget that. Still calving heifer, so trying to still recoup from the storms. What is today's temperature? It shouldn't be that cold, should it, Wayne? Yeah. 37 feels like 29 degrees. Okay. Shows it's going to be 56 degrees here today, but winds gusting at 50 miles an hour. Shocker. Shocker, shocker, shocker. Good old windy days. Take all our moisture and dry it out. Although there is a tinge of green starting. The native grasses looks actually pretty decent. No ticks for me. Where are you hunting at, Wayne? You hunting in the central part of the state or what? What's going on here? I wouldn't think that you'd come all the way out to the Badlands to hunt turkeys, because I'm pretty sure they would taste better if they were on some grain fields or what have you, not living on sagebrush like ours. I got one pheasant at the ranch here out with my cows, and the reason I have one pheasant is because I'm feeding silage bales. So there's a whole bunch of cows in line on the silage bales, and there's one rooster pheasant. And he's lonely. So if you know any like pheasant dating apps or anything like that, let me know. I could get him on top of one of those. Pheasants.com. Take him down to South Dakota, get him one of those preserved pheasants. Mm. I don't know if that sale's going to go on or not here. They did not call me back. That can't be right. That is right. Let's see here. Are your days running together like mine are sometimes? Cinco de Mayo. Morning, Karen. Excuse me. Not sure why that popped up here. Good to have you along here this morning. Yeah, Eric. That's a tough one, buddy. Wayne, central part, south of Mandan. Well, that's because you don't. Okay, Wayne, if the hens are holding up on your decoys, or the rooster, or the gobblers are, maybe you got to put a little makeup on your decoys. You got to make them look more attractive. Are you doing the hen purr? That's an important. Haven't had a turkey on the place in 20 years after the first storm. 3 birds moved through on a mission heading south. Isn't that something? I don't know where ours went. I had about a small group of like 15, 20 of them here. I was waiting for Jesse to bring his 2 girls down and do some turkey hunting, but haven't been able to get that opportunity with these snowstorms. Well, what do we got for time? Oh, shit, 6:55 already. Let's do South Dakota call. CFO Mark Braaten's ready to go.
Good morning, Scott.
Mark, how are you?
Good. You getting this wind and rain too?
Oh, we're getting wind.
Oh, no rain?
No,
Okay.
it's actually clear skies here this morning.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
No,
it's stopped at the Missouri River. Evidently, it's not coming my way.
No.
No.
Yeah, it's been raining for probably a good 4 or 5 hours, and it rained all night long, and it's coming. I mean, we got a northwest wind that's howling.
Yeah, you're a little muffled there, Mark.
Oh, okay.
There we go. That sounds better.
A little better there.
A lot better. Yep.
Okay.
We're on YouTube right now. Where the radio show here will start here in about 10 minutes. But I always get on YouTube a little bit ahead of time and make sure all the other stations, they take the feed from YouTube. So we're on here just to let you know that you're on the YouTube live. So if you want to say anything incriminating, it's going to be on YouTube. Dave from Minnesota is watching YouTube. Good. Thanks, Dave. Appreciate it. Thank you. Good to have you guys. We got turkey season going on here, both states. And
yeah, I haven't even been out yet, so it's been so darn windy and stuff. I figured it's not even worth going out in the morning when it's that windy. So,
Eric, let's see. Have you heard any information on the kids fishing tournament at Farm Island? I'm trying to spread the word about it. I think that High Plains Wildlife Association putting it on. You know, I did see something on that, Eric. I can't remember. Maybe it was you on your Facebook page. Maybe that's where I seen it. But message me some information on that kids fishing tournament. I can get the word out for you. Pierre is ready to go. Radio KGFX. Thanks, Big Daddy Dave Williams, ready to go that way. All right. No rain here for a while. We had a chance yesterday. It started misting a little bit, but we had a really, really foggy day, but no substantial moisture out of that. But with the 2 snowstorms that we had the last 2 weeks, we got a little moisture anyway out of those.
You still have snow on the ground?
The snow that's left right now are in the canyons and the drifts.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, last few days really put the meltdown on it. Starting to see the grass green up a little bit. We need some
Yep.
we need some warmer days. We need some 60-degree days here.
Yeah,
Get the
we're
ground
in the
warmed up.
same boat. Well, we never did get any snow this year, so we
That's what I
got
heard.
some ice.
Yeah.
We got ice for ice fishing, but we didn't have no snow whatsoever.
Were you busy with ice fishing guiding?
No, I don't do any of that.
You don't do, yeah.
Everybody's kind of on their own thing, and we just provide place to stay. That's all.
Yeah. Let them have the lodge, huh?
Yeah, yeah. But no, pike fishing was pretty good. Right as the ice was going out and stuff, because there
Yeah.
were still people fishing from shore and ice fishing at the same time. So,
Yeah.
and a lot of big pike were caught, but now it's been so windy that nobody's been out.
Stand by here, Mark, a little bit. I got to do a time check for stations. 7:00 or 8:00 Central Time coming up here on Mark. 7:00. So sorry about that, Mark. Got to try to get all the last minute things in here before I forget. Yeah. Well, gives you a little bit of time off, hopefully, from guiding, that you can get everything else figured out and all the clients booked for this year.
Yeah, we're pretty much already all booked up, so we got about an 85% return. So
Yeah.
everybody pretty much signs, otherwise they won't get in. There's actual waiting list. So
Really?
yeah. But this summer, we're busy every weekend this summer. So between weddings and family reunions, fishing tournaments, I mean, there's so many fishing tournaments out here this year that
I bet.
so we're pretty much busy, booked up for the weekends anyway.
It's good. Are the Browns getting any of their crops in here? Or are they kind of?
No, I think he's got all his wheat in.
Okay.
He's got all his spring wheat in, and I knew they were doing some planting for some other folks too. And they're just waiting for it to warm up a little bit, start getting some corn in the ground.
Yep. That's the scary part, is everybody that's putting corn in, it's later and later. I mean, most people most of them had it in by now last year. So now they're looking at tighter maturity dates and what have you. But
right.
Yeah. Well, they'll get her. Hopefully there's moisture to kick it off here this year and everybody has a bang up year.
Yeah, I think so.
I have one pheasant out here in the Badlands with my cows.
Yeah.
One rooster pheasant. It's like there's my start of my pheasant hunting guiding. The limit is the daily limit's 3, but I can try to get him on 1. I wouldn't eat him anyway. He's been living on sagebrush.
Yeah. Well, you'll be a feisty one.
Yeah. Best to make him into jerky, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, they're hiding today. That's for sure.
What was that?
I said my pheasants around here, I got probably between a dozen and 18 of them that kind of hang around the lodge here. They'll be hiding today.
Yeah. Getting a little windy for them, huh?
Yeah, and like I said, it's sideways rain, so.
All right, so let's see here. Well, shy of 3 minutes before airtime here, Mark. About 3 minutes.
Okay.
Give you a heads up. Then we got a break at 15 after and one at 30 after. Just a heads up on that format. Other than that, we'll have a dandy talking about outdoors here today. I think it should be a good year.
Well, it was a good year last year, so.
Yeah. Ultimate Outdoor Adventures TV, guys. Good morning. Appreciate you guys listening in. watching in? Yeah. Yeah, I flew over you guys' place here. I had an auction sale in Sioux Falls. And from Bowman Airport to the Sioux Falls Airport, you guys we fly right over the top of you.
Okay.
Yeah, so you got a bird's eye view of what was all your guys' stuff down there, both East and West River.
Yeah.
You still the preserve that finished up in March, didn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
March 31st. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, stations 70430, 70430 or 80430 on your time. And Mark. Yeah. It's a good idea. I think that I was just looking at some of the numbers here we'll talk about them, but the amount of income coming in just on pheasant hunting in South Dakota is astronomical.
Oh, yeah.
It is crazy. A guy always thinks there's I don't know how they measure that. Be interesting to see how they actually measure that with is there like a tourism tax or something that they figure that out? I mean,
Yeah, I don't.
you know what I mean? Like the
Well,
small mom and pop bars, you know what I mean? They bring money into those guys too here, so.
right. But they might just be going on license sales,
I don't know if it's that or how they determine that. I'd be interested to see how they do that. All right, stations, just shy of 40 seconds. Mark, I'm going to turn you down here. We're going to go quiet before we start here. 30 seconds. Stations, stand by. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Saturday edition of Dakota Prairie Outdoors. And hopefully your Saturday is, I don't know, less windy than it is in where I'm at here today. It all depends on where you're at, I guess. Turkey season still going on across North and South Dakota. Hopefully you have had a chance. I know the snowstorms in a lot of areas have kind of put a hamper on that, but maybe you can get out this weekend and enjoy a little bit more turkey hunting before that season finishes up. I'm Scott Bachmeyer, and glad to be your host here this morning as we head to South Dakota. We head to Gettysburg, South Dakota today. We head to the Browns Hunting Ranch here, talk to their head guide here, Mark Braaten. How you doing this morning?
Good. Real good day today. We're getting some rain.
You said you're getting rain in that Gettysburg area. Congratulations. That's kind of a nice thing to hear. We need this moisture. We need not only the farmers and ranchers need it for good grass and good soil, but we need this for the wildlife as well. I mean, drought is not always a good thing for the wildlife.
No, not at all. And like I said, with the last year being as dry as it is, we'll take every bit of rain day we can get.
Yeah, exactly. Well, to give us a little information about what Browns Hunting Ranch does there in Gettysburg, both East and West River. You're on both sides. You're on both time zones.
Yep, we are on both sides of the river. And we're known for our pheasant hunting. I like to brag we're the #1 wild pheasant hunting operation. I do have a 1,000-acre preserve, but I've got just over 20,000 acres of wild birds. And of course, everybody comes to us for the wild birds. And we allow people to bring their own dogs also. And we don't mix groups. And then, of course, all of the fishing and deer hunting and coyote hunting. And we're pretty much wrapping up right now with shed hunting. We had our shed derby back in April. And at the beginning of April, and in fact, I still have a shed hunter here today.
So explain what's a shed hunting derby? What's that all about?
We go out to my biggest field, and this year we had 31 people, and my biggest field is 10 square miles. And at 10 o'clock in the morning, we all meet at one spot in the field, turn everybody loose, and at 6 hours later, we all meet and he who finds the most wins. This year we had 31 people. The winner found 28 sheds, and they found, for the 31 people, they found 155 sheds in 6 hours, and the winner found 28.
So I see two benefits of this right here. Shed hunting has become kind of a big thing in recent now, but also I'm guessing you're doing these on the crop fields here, so that's 120 some or 150 sheds that are not poking the tires of the farmers that are going into it afterwards.
Exactly. In
Yeah.
fact, when I started doing this, I and other local farmers found out I was doing it. They actually called me and said, "Well, yeah, you can come through our fields, definitely."
Well, so what
So,
do they get to keep the sheds or do they have to
yep.
put them back?
No,
Okay.
no. They get to keep them. And last year and this year, um, this was our ninth year we've done it. And the last 2 years, uh, the people who have won didn't have a dog. It's usually the people with the dogs have been the winners, but the past two
Really?
years, it's the people without dogs actually won. And I always say, that he who walks the most finds the most.
So
So,
you allow the dogs to come out and shed hunting dogs and they can
oh
use
yeah,
any of that stuff. That's
yep,
awesome.
yep,
That's
yep,
great.
yep.
So they get to keep the sheds no matter how big they are, even if it's like a record class, state record
Yeah,
whitetail or yeah.
I offer to buy some,
Okay.
from people, but
Sure.
not everybody's like, "Oh no, this is the biggest one I've ever found,"
Yeah.
or. So, yeah, it's a pretty good deal. It's grown. It usually we get about 10 to 13 people, 14 people, but the word's out now, and like I said, this year we had 31 people. So and everybody said they'll be back. So
Well, you
next
said
year we'll.
you still have a guy hanging around the lodge here shed hunting. I mean, so what do you charge? I mean, if somebody wants to come out and shed hunt and help you guys out, I mean, how does that work?
It's we charge $300 um, um, for like couples, because we get so many couples that come out,
Sure.
and then that includes breakfast, dinner, and lodging.
It does. Okay, for one day.
Oh, yep,
Yeah.
yep, yep.
Man, that's nice. Yeah, and shed hunting has been even with people that like to hunt, they love shed hunting. I mean, the elk right now up in my neck of the woods have all kind of dropped their antlers now. So a lot of people are out looking for elk sheds right now too, and it's a big thing. It's so big, in fact, that like places in Wyoming, there's a designated shed hunting season, so you don't mess
Right.
with the elk themselves, and start chasing them all over the place. So I know, and it's a big deal. I can guess too. I mean, you guided up in Alaska. That's got to be pretty big up there for caribou and moose and all that kind of
Oh,
shed
yeah,
hunting. Yeah,
yeah. Well, the whole thing is just in the people are being able to get out in the spring, and then with dogs, it's a whole other game for dogs.
yeah.
I mean, it. The only problem is if you have a dog that's a hunting dog first more than a shed hunting dog. That's one thing people kind of complain is like, you guys got too many birds around here. once once the dogs start getting birds up, it's like, I don't know about these sheds anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, change his attitude in a hurry about going after some bird. Okay, but a good training for the dogs, though. I mean, they get out and get a little bit of
Oh yeah.
exercise in before
Oh,
the
definitely.
season starts in the fall, anyway. But
Yep,
uh,
definitely.
so, what's the
Yeah.
biggest shed that they found here? Well, I mean, was it if you would
Um.
score it as a full rack, what would you think the biggest set was?
Well, we this year the biggest one so far has been it 80 it was 88 and a quarter. So if the other side matched, you're looking at probably a 170,
Hmm.
one, 180ish, but definitely 170 class
Yeah.
deer. We had another one that it wasn't the biggest, but it had 8 1/8 inch diameter base.
Wow.
Yeah.
He was an old boy. Yeah.
Yep, definitely.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
Mhm.
That shed hunting, you got me all excited here. I get a little bit of chance today here between feeding cows, and I'm on my last I can see the end of calving heifers here, Mark.
Okay.
I'm right at the end of it. I can see the end, but that means that branding start up. So it's always fun. You go on branding, same thing. You jump on your horse, and what a great way to shed hunt is sitting
Yeah.
up in the saddle too, going out and doing that. Granted, we don't have the fields like you do here in the Badlands, but either way, we can still get some shed hunting done.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The guy, the mayor of Mobridge says here, a kid and I found a shed out turkey hunting. He says, unfortunately, it was still attached to the rest of the deer carcass. So I know last year we got hit hard with EHD in my area on the whitetail that are down on the Little Missouri River. Now, when we come back here, we're up against a break here, Mark. But when we come back, we're going to see if you guys had any loss of deer over in your neck of the woods here, and we'll do that here shortly here. If you'd like to contact or can chime in here on the phone, 888-932-5682. That's 888-932-5682. Your call will automatically be put on hold, and we'll get to it as soon as we can. You can also text message any comments and questions at 701-425-6651. That's 701-425-6651. I'm also live messaging on my YouTube live feed as we speak. We'll be back more with the Browns Hunting Ranch, Mark Braaten, head guide, and Dakota Prairie Outdoors after these messages. Cattle producers, if you need top quality bulls that are sure-footed and cover females, you need to be in the seats for the Lee Angus Ranch Production Sale, moved to Tuesday, May 10th, 1 p.m. at the Bowman Auction Market. 44 performance-tested, registered yearling Angus bulls. Sires like Sit Stellar, KG Justified, and HA Prime Cut. Videos can be viewed at DV Auction or LeeAngusRanch.com. Add growth and length to your calves while keeping calving ease. The Lee Angus Ranch Annual Bull Sale, Tuesday, May 10th at the Bowman Auction Market.
For over 80 years, Dakota Community Bank and Trust has been your locally owned hometown bank, an honor we take great pride in. And our customer satisfaction has always been our most important goal. We've gone along with the communities we serve and will continue to do so with our pledge of modern banking convenience with old-fashioned hometown service. From remote deposit options to online mortgage applications, we are happy to serve you wherever you are. Learn more at dakotacommunitybank.com. That's dakotacommunitybank.com.
MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Morest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer.
It's every American's right to bear arms. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we're here to help you support your Second Amendment rights, which reads, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Whether you're looking for a pistol for personal defense or collector gun, we have the staff to help you. We also have the area's largest inventory of ammo and reloading supplies.
Mandan Sporting Goods, the area's local gun and ammo specialists.
Our outdoor heritage is important to North Dakotans, and the state's oil and natural gas industry is advancing the possibilities for conservation. The North Dakota Outdoor Heritage Fund receives up to $40 million per biennium from oil and natural gas taxes. The industry is reclaiming land for future generations, and it's developing our state's natural resources in harmony with our great outdoors and wildlife. North Dakota Oil and Natural Gas, advancing the possibilities. Brought to you by the North Dakota Petroleum Foundation.
Piper's Western team of Andy Murdoch and Jim Savvy would like to invite you to sit down and talk about the future of land planning. Whether you're looking at selling, buying, or options to hand it down to the next generation, Andy and Jim will lay out all of the options for you. It's a great time to buy or sell, and with interest rates to make it profitable. Piper's Western team, Andy Murdoch and Jim Savvy. For more information or land updates, go to pifers.com.
Cattle producers, if you need top quality bulls that are sure-footed and cover females, you need to be in the seats for the Lee Angus Ranch Production Sale, moved to Tuesday, May 10th, 1 p.m. at the Bowman Auction Market. 44 performance-tested, registered yearling Angus bulls. Sires like Sit Stellar, KG Justified, and HA Prime Cut. Videos can be viewed at DV Auction or LeeAngusRanch.com. Add growth and length to your calves while keeping calving ease. The Lee Angus Ranch Annual Bull Sale, Tuesday, May 10th at the Bowman Auction Market.
Piper's Western team of Andy Murdoch Murdoch and Jim Sabby would like to invite you to sit down and talk about the future of land planning. Whether you're looking at selling, buying, or options to hand it down to the next generation, Andy and Jim will lay out all of the options for you. It's a great time to buy or sell, and with interest rates to make it profitable. Piper's Western Team, Andy Murdoch and Jim Sabby. For more information or land updates, go to pifers.com.
Did you know that Dakota Community Bank and Trust was recently named North Dakota's best small bank in Newsweek's America's Best Banks 2021? According to Newsweek, from over 2,500 FDIC-insured institutions, we are amongst the nation's top banks to serve our customers' needs in today's challenging times, ranking number 1 in North Dakota. We invite you to come bank with us. Stop in today to your nearest Dakota Community Bank and Trust and see what being America's best small bank is all about.
MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Mo Rest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer.
On that road, but don't you worry, one day I'll settle down. And when that time comes, I hope you're still around.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Dakota Prairie Outdoors Saturday edition, that is. The fastest hour of outdoor radio you'll ever listen to right here. Scott Bachmeyer with you there across the Dakota Territory, KGFX in Pierre, South Dakota, KOLY in Mobridge, K550 in Bismarck, Mandan, KCJB 910 up there in the Minot area, and 1460 KLTC Dickinson. Good to have everybody along with me through the radio side of things, and also all of you got folks that are on the social media side on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. My guest is Mark Braaten. He's the head guide at Brown's Hunting Ranch out of Gettysburg, South Dakota area. And it's just more than Gettysburg. You guys cover a lot of area down there, don't you, Mark?
Yeah, we're spread out about 20,000 acres, both West River and East River.
Yeah. Good stuff. Good hunting land. You can go anywhere from whitetail. You can get across and go after some mule deer too, and fishing and the whole works. And I want to talk a little bit about pheasant hunting here for a little bit, because I know you guys have a great pheasant hunting. You say that you pride yourself on probably being the top wild bird hunting place in the entire state of South Dakota. And how many pheasant a year do you guys take off of that ranch?
Well, just wild birds.
Let's talk wild birds first.
Yep, just wild birds. I personally, guiding this year, I took 193 limits. That's what my guiding. That's not counting my other guides.
And you guys have a 3-bird limit, right?
3-bird limit. So that's
close to 600 birds then. Yeah.
Yep, and that's just me. That's not counting my other guides.
Okay.
So
okay.
And then the preserve birds, we have to release 1,200 birds on that property for the season.
Okay.
And we don't do a lot of the preserve hunting because everybody comes to us for the wild birds.
Sure.
But, we get the corporate groups or the groups that want to come in and shoot 50 or 100 birds a day. So that's where, that's why I put the preserve in, because I want it to be known as strictly wild birds, but I was just passing up too much business to do that,
Well,
and then it extends the season so much, we can start September 1 and go to March 31st.
Yeah. So
especially in September, we can do a cast and blast where we can go fishing and hunting in the same day. So
yeah, I have no problems with preserve hunting. A lot of people think, well, those birds are going to be a lot more tame or easier or anything. That's fine. At least at least those people are still out hunting.
Right.
If it takes a preserve bird to keep people hunting, I'm okay with that. At least they're not on the other side of holding a picket sign in front of your ranch saying that shooting is is bad and, all guns should be
Right.
taken away. I mean, at least they're doing something on the positive side.
Well, the preserve to me is a great tool.
Yeah.
It's great for young dogs. It's great
Right.
for first time hunters. Um, and and most preserves, if they're done right, you'll never know. You'll never know you're shooting.
Yeah.
Unless the birds were released an hour before you got there, and But if a bird can survive a week or two, he's just as wild as the rest of them.
How can you
So,
tell the difference between a preserved bird and a wild bird? Is there like a marking, or do you have to do something with the released preserved birds differently?
well, the preserved birds, when they come to us, they've had the blinders on them, so they
Mhm.
so and that goes through the beak. So the nostril on a release bird, it looks like somebody took and drilled a hole through the beak. Where a wild bird, that hole, that nostril is closed. It's it just has a little crack in it, and so when you look at them, they look the same until you look at the beak,
Okay.
and then some places, what they'll do is they'll snip that claw off the back,
Okay.
and the reason they do that is because then people, oh, it's not a wild bird. So because they're not, they're looking for the hole in the beak and not that missing deal. But
Yeah.
not a lot of places do that, because it's harder to raise the pheasants if they don't have that blinders on, because then they'll just kill each other,
Yeah.
fighting all the time.
I've seen that with chickens, I mean, years and years ago, they've done that, and they probably still do. But, the little blinders, it keeps them from seeing blood, I guess, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, but if you shoot, I mean, the preserved birds are probably gonna get into all over, and they mix and match all over your guys' place, I'm sure.
Oh
They're
yes.
not just
Oh
gonna
yes.
stay on that 1,000 acres only, I mean, they're gonna be mixing and matching, so, but if it is on the preserve side of things, is there a limit?
It's 20 a day, I believe, and they were talking about canceling that, and then it's roosters only. Like in Minnesota, on preserves, you can shoot hens because
Oh,
a
really?
lot of places release hens. So even if I was to release hens, you still can't shoot them.
Yeah.
And the 1,200 birds that I have to release, have to be all roosters.
Yeah.
If I release hens, they don't go towards my 1,200. So,
Do you release any hens just to keep the population nesting and, keep going?
we last year we put some hens out just to see what happens, and you can definitely tell. There's a few birds, because a couple of our areas, the birds were down compared to past years. I mean, we still had birds, but with the drought and everything, the hatches just didn't take off
Hmm.
like they normally did. So we threw like 100 hens out in 3 different places, and like I said, at least we were seeing a lot of those hens when we were hunting.
Yeah.
What they produced, we'll never know,
Sure.
but at least they're staying there. So, and that's the thing
Yeah.
with the preserve too. When you release birds early, um, they're going to make it where if you release birds in December, and you
Yeah.
got bad weather, them birds, what you don't take out, are they going to make it? They got a week, pretty much about a week or so. If they haven't got it figured out, then they're only going to starve, or the birds of prey, or
Yeah.
coyotes and stuff will get them.
Yeah. If you throw 1,000 birds out there, it doesn't mean all 1,000 of them are gonna live.
No,
That's
no.
that's a fact on that. So, I was just looking at the, annual income in South Dakota. I was talking about this. Just in, 2020, an estimated here of, just in South Dakota, pheasant hunting generated about $223 million in retail economic impact, and an additional $111 million in salaries. So, it's a big deal. I mean, pheasant hunting, when it comes to a lot of places, North and South Dakota alike, I mean, these places are getting, there's a huge impact on the financial side, especially in the small towns like Gettysburg.
Yep. definitely. People come from all over. I mean, so many places, Nebraska, Iowa, Kansas, they all used to be great pheasant hunting. And we have people coming from them states and, they tell me, hey, Mark, I saw more birds today than I have the last 5 years. I
Yeah.
mean, the between the crops going from fence to fence, and that's one thing with our properties. Like Mr. Brown said, those birds are worth a lot more than a couple extra bushels. So, I mean,
Yeah.
when you have the habitat, that helps so much. Just if you're going tree row to tree row, or from fence line to fence line and not leaving nothing, that's they need the habitat.
Yeah,
That's
you
the
got to
whole thing.
leave a few strips here and there. Mark Braaten is my guest here from Brown's Hunting Ranch out of Gettysburg, South Dakota. We'll be back as we're up against another break here. We got a few questions coming in about deer hunting and EHD and some numbers and what you've been seeing in your neck of the woods, and we'll get to that here after this next break here. You're listening to Dakota Prairie Outdoors all across the Dakota Territory. KGFX in Pierce, South Dakota, KOLY in Mobridge, KFire 550, Bismarck, Mandan, KLTC in Dickinson, and KCJB in Minot. I'm Scott Bachmeyer. We'll be back with more Dakota Prairie Outdoors after these messages. Cattle producers, if you need top quality bulls that are sure-footed and cover females, you need to be in the seats for the Lee Angus Ranch Production Sale, moved to Tuesday, May 10th, 1 p.m. at the Bowman Auction Market. 44 performance-tested, registered yearling Angus bulls. Sires like Sit Stellar, KG Justified, and HA Prime Cut. Videos can be viewed at DV Auction or LeeAngusRanch.com. Add growth and length to your calves while keeping calving ease. The Lee Angus Ranch Annual Bull Sale, Tuesday, May 10th at the Bowman Auction Market.
For over 80 years, Dakota Community Bank and Trust has been your locally owned hometown bank, an honor we take great pride in. And our customer satisfaction has always been our most important goal. We've gone along with the communities we serve and will continue to do so with our pledge of modern banking convenience with old-fashioned hometown service. From remote deposit options to online mortgage applications, we are happy to serve you wherever you are. Learn more at dakotacommunitybank.com. That's dakotacommunitybank.com.
MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Morest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer.
It's every American's right to bear arms. At Mandan Sporting Goods, we're here to help you support your Second Amendment rights, which reads, a well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Whether you're looking for a pistol for personal defense or collector gun, we have the staff to help you. We also have the area's largest inventory of ammo and reloading supplies.
Mandan Sporting Goods, the area's local gun and ammo specialists.
Our outdoor heritage is important to North Dakotans, and the state's oil and natural gas industry is advancing the possibilities for conservation. The North Dakota Outdoor Heritage Fund receives up to $40 million per biennium from oil and natural gas taxes. The industry is reclaiming land for future generations, and it's developing our state's natural resources in harmony with our great outdoors and wildlife. North Dakota Oil and Natural Gas, advancing the possibilities. Brought to you by the North Dakota Petroleum Foundation.
Piper's Western team of Andy Murdoch and Jim Savvy would like to invite you to sit down and talk about the future of land planning. Whether you're looking at selling, buying, or options to hand it down to the next generation, Andy and Jim will lay out all of the options for you. It's a great time to buy or sell, and with interest rates to make it profitable. Piper's Western team, Andy Murdoch and Jim Savvy. For more information or land updates, go to pifers.com.
Cattle producers, if you need top quality bulls that are sure-footed and cover females, you need to be in the seats for the Lee Angus Ranch Production Sale, moved to Tuesday, May 10th, 1 p.m. at the Bowman Auction Market. 44 performance-tested, registered yearling Angus bulls. Sires like Sit Stellar, KG Justified, and HA Prime Cut. Videos can be viewed at DV Auction or LeeAngusRanch.com. Add growth and length to your calves while keeping calving ease. The Lee Angus Ranch Annual Bull Sale, Tuesday, May 10th at the Bowman Auction Market.
Piper's Western team of Andy Murdoch Murdoch and Jim Savvy would like to invite you to sit down and talk about the future of land planning. Whether you're looking at selling, buying, or options to hand it down to the next generation, Andy and Jim will lay out all of the options for you. It's a great time to buy or sell, and with interest rates to make it profitable. Piper's Western Team, Andy Murdoch and Jim Savvy. For more information or land updates, go to pifers.com.
Did you know that Dakota Community Bank and Trust was recently named North Dakota's best small bank in Newsweek's America's Best Banks 2021? According to Newsweek, from over 2,500 FDIC-insured institutions, we are amongst the nation's top banks to serve our customers' needs in today's challenging times, ranking number 1 in North Dakota. We invite you to come bank with us. Stop in today to your nearest Dakota Community Bank and Trust and see what being America's best small bank is all about.
MoPro Guide Service, the best on Lake Oahe. Brent and his staff will give you the most enjoyable fishing experience, always having the latest in electronics, gear, and the most comfortable Lund boat on the water. Fish with somebody who lives in Mobridge, South Dakota, the heart of Lake Oahe. If you need a place to stay, the Moat Rest Motel has newly updated rooms with free internet, a family-owned and operated business. Go to OaheWalleyes.com. That's OAHE Walleyes.com for the best fishing experience Lake Oahe has to offer.
On that road, but don't you worry, one day I'll settle down. And when that time comes, I hope you're still around. I hope you're still around.
Welcome back, everybody. It is Dakota Prairie Outdoors Saturday edition. Don't forget about the Lee Angus Ranch sale. The new date is May 10th, and they are going to be having that at the Bowman Auction Market, Bowman, North Dakota. So a little storm date change there. So May 10th for the Lee Angus Ranch gold sale coming up at Bowman Auction Market. I'm Scott Bachmeyer. Good morning, everybody. Welcome with a Dakota Prairie Outdoors Saturday edition. Mark Braaten for the Brown's Hunting Ranch out of Gettysburg, South Dakota is my guest here today. Mark, let's go back to deer here. I have one guy weighing up. He does a lot of research here, and he says due to the EHD in the central part of North Dakota, there's one unit with a 90% decrease in whitetail tags, and there's another unit where there's no whitetail tags will be allotted for gun season altogether. Definitely hit my area. The whitetails along the Little Missouri River got decimated pretty bad. Did you have any of that issue in the Gettysburg area at all in the central part of that side?
Yeah, we did. Not nearly as bad as that,
Okay.
but definitely you could, this winter they didn't yard up or anything, but you could definitely tell. And then, of course, during our shed hunting, we find a lot of deadheads out there. And, of course, any deadhead you find that's got velvet on it, was more than likely EHD or blue tongue or whatever. So we did find a number of bucks this year, that were still in velvet or a lot of them, when they die, the coyotes and coons and stuff will chew on the racks because they're, in velvet and soft. So you'll come across a great big old buck and half his horns are all chewed up. But, we did, have, a number of it, but nothing like that. But definitely did find some dead deer this year.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy in this area. Some places got it really hard. And then like 4 or 5 years ago, it hit certain other areas. And it's almost like they got a little herd immunity to it because they were not nearly as affected as they were the first time it went through. One thing I want to touch on here before I forget, I took some notes, and when you and I were discussing things, and you said you have a youth deer hunt coming up here at Brown's Hunting Ranch. Explain a little bit about this youth hunt.
Last year we held the first one, and what it is it's for kids, 12 to 16, 17, and they can't have ever hunted before. So they're non-hunters. And last year we had 4 kids. They have to write an essay why they would like to hunt. And, of course, the 4 kids we had last year, and it's for does only. And we had the 4 last year, and 2 got does, 1 missed. And then the one gal we had the first day out, deer were a little too far, and so we changed things up for her. And could only shoot does, and the next day she had the opportunity to shoot 7 bucks.
Oh, well, that
And
happens. Yeah.
yeah, and so, but they were all just happier than happy.
Good.
It was a great experience because none of them had ever done it, and so they have to write a letter, saying why they want to come hunting, and then they have to have a parent come with them, and then we put a guide or whatever, just another person with them, and so like I said, we're going to do it this year again, and this year the hunt will be September. I think second weekend in September.
Okay.
And then, like I said, so you can go online to the South Dakota State Fish and Game, and they'll have like an application where you can fill out telling why you want to come hunting, and then we have a group, and we pick from all the applications, and like I said, we're going to do 4 again this year, and then every kid gets to go away with, we give each kid a pack, and like last year we had a group donate some binoculars, and I make sure every kid gets a knife, and all that kind of stuff. And then the state provides the gun and the ammunition, and then
really?
we do a whole safety deal. We do a whole shooting deal. We do a whole bunch of shooting with like 22s first. Then we pull out the deer rifle and, let them get used to that. Because, like I said, like the 4 we had last year, they never even shot guns before. So, it's getting some new blood into the field.
Yeah, especially those kids.
Yeah.
So the ones that did get their does, did you teach them how to gut it, skin it?
Yep. Yep.
Excellent.
The whole gutting thing. And then one of the local meat places, Brock's there in Oneida, they donated the cutting up the deer for the kids.
Excellent.
So that it worked out really well, real well.
That's nice to hear. It is. So when it comes to does, do you guys do any doe management on your Browns hunting ranch here? Because it's one thing I see a lot of people that it seems like everybody's gotten away from even wanting to take a doe anymore.
No, we can't, because we can't get licenses.
Really?
I mean, because like I've said with the state, I said a lot of states, especially if you're a big farmer, they give you predation tags. Well, I mean, I told them I'd be happy to. That's how this youth thing started. I said, we've got more deer than we know what to do with. I mean, feed the hungry or whatever. I mean, and then, like I said, if I get a doe tag, I got no problem with it because they're such good eating. But I mean, they don't do any of that type of management. So, yeah,
I see. Yeah, and a lot of nobody puts in for does. I mean, that's an option that we have, is you can pick which gender you'd like to go after, and even archery too. I mean, you see a lot of people just buck only on archery, and it doesn't matter to me.
Yeah, no, I like it. Like the years I've gotten doe tags, I said I'll take a doe tag, and when I put in for a license, it's any deer. So I mean, they're such good eating that if I could take a couple 3, I would, because they're that good eating.
You get to run the operation, you get to guide everything, but yet you don't get to have a tag. Isn't that something?
Yeah. Especially when you're showing video of 400 or 500 deer in a group.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, who knows anymore? Everybody, there's a reason behind everything, and unless a person gets that, who knows what it is? But anyway, the youth hunt, they can go on the South Dakota Game Fish Parks page. In the application, you can fill everything out right there, and it is through the Game and Fish side. And then you guys get to pick. You choose which 4 out of those applicants that you like and you'd like to take out there. That's awesome. That's a great thing. So, is that open right now? They can go on and. If kids, parents are listening, kids are I'd like to do that. That'd be fun to try to get into my first deer.
Yep.
It's open right now, so go to the website, South Dakota Game and Fish Parks, and get it in right away. So what else we got? Coyote hunting. You said you had quite a few people come up and do some coyote hunting this winter.
Yep. Well, every winter we have a lot of coyote hunters come through. And now, with thermal, I mean, we got guys that, hunt all night and sleep all day. So, I mean, you can't ask for much easier clients to deal with. That's for sure.
And they get to keep the coyotes, I assume?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, it's kind of been a tough market on the fur market this year, man. Holy cow, that went down, didn't it?
Yeah. That's what I've been hearing. And, there's a guy that comes to town here about, I think once or twice a month to the hardware store. And, he just buys them raw. And, yeah, basically they're going from, 10 to $40.
Yeah, it was a tough year. There's no doubt. I had the state fur auction too, and the same thing there. Let's see here. Gene says, Brock's Butcher Block, 2 thumbs up.
Yep.
Is that the one in Oneida?
Yep.
Is
yep.
it? Okay. Yeah. See, these small towns, man, they have so many great things. Everybody wants to go to the cities and go shopping and do all their stuff in these big cities once in a while. And I could really stay away from that the rest of my life. Small towns where I like to go.
Yeah. And a place like Brock, you can't, I mean, it's homemade. You know, I mean, you know where your sausages come from.
Absolutely. And you're getting your own back too.
Yeah, exactly.
Fact on that one. Fishing has been good though. Looking at filled up for all your fishing guides are going to be filled up this year.
We're every weekend is pretty much full. I think the gas prices right now are, going to be determining a lot of stuff because, those my guides are, it's going to cost an extra $150 to, fill up that big boat tank, you know? So, but like any other summer, the fishermen will be here. They're not going to let the gas prices stop them. So,
got to have that recreation side, don't we?
Yes, definitely.
Keeps a person sane. Yeah. How many fishing guides do you guys usually have up that way?
Well, I'm starting to. Yeah, I've right now this summer I have 4. I've lost a couple to retirement, so but I've got 4 that I'll keep busy. And
I thought retirement was fishing.
Yeah, well, when your guides get up into the 80s, they still want to do it, but it's like, nah, we're done.
So if somebody's interested in being a fishing guide for you guys, all they have to do is get in contact with you and give you some credentials and
go
that route if they're interested in that.
Yep.
How many hunting guides do you have?
Well, myself, and then I've got 5 pheasant guides.
Okay.
So I take care of everything else, any other deer, prairie dog and pheasant, stuff like that. But I've got 5 pheasant guides, and they, of course, they all have real jobs. So we try and get them where we can in there too. So
how about turkey hunting? You guys do any of that?
I used to guide for the turkey hunts, but it seems like the numbers have gone down a little bit.
Okay.
And so I haven't had anybody, I haven't guided anybody now for probably 4 years. And I got a permit myself this year, but it's been so windy I haven't even been out.
Yeah.
So I hopefully I'll get out here one of these days, but I'm not a serious turkey hunter. I just like to get out.
Boy, those guys in the southern part of the United States are just crazy over it, isn't it? Like you go to Georgia and all that. Holy cow! It's like our deer season to them.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
How's the waterfall hunting over in that neck of the woods?
Well, last year, with the amount of water that we had, it's starting to dry up, but like this spring now, I mean, there's birds everywhere. I mean, everywhere. And last fall was I didn't do any guiding for waterfowl last year just like I said, we have people that call a lot, say, hey, can we hunt on this field or that field? And yeah, no problem, but it's just, that's another thing with South Dakota and waterfowl. Non-residents have to put in for, a permit.
Sure.
So, and then, like I said, if we have too much water, well, you get a morning shoot and those birds don't have to come back, because there's so much water. So, and then when there's not enough, so we just don't, pride ourselves on it. We don't do a lot of it. So.
Yeah. Well, I know coming back through that Aberdeen area, was it last fall? They were, the big migration was going on, and I mean, we want to talk about tens of thousands of birds, man. It's that's just a huge flyway that you guys have right in that area.
Yeah, I had a photographer come up one spring. I said, if you want to get some waterfowl photos, you better come now. My one slough, there was over 30,000 pintails in there. And he was just tickled. He got some unbelievable photos that day. Yeah. Unbelievable.
Well, Brown's Hunting Ranch here, you guys have some cabins. You have a main lodge. Can people bring campers? Can they tent it? What's all involved in that?
I've got 12 rooms with the cabins, and then I've got 11 full RV hookups, also water, sewer, electric. So whether they want a tent on that or put campers in, we allow that. And I've got a few spots that people come for, the whole summer, but a lot of it's just the 3 and 4 2-day weekend things.
And even if they're not hunting on your property, they can still camp with.
Oh yeah. Yep, definitely.
Yeah. And most importantly, you got a lodge and bar, man. You got everything going on right there. You got the is it a restaurant and the whole works?
Yeah, we are not a restaurant per se. We serve pizzas and things like that, but when people stay there, it's like eating at grandma's house. It's all it's all home cooked meals. And
it's not like I'm driving by and I'm like, I'm going to swing in for a meal or anything.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
Right. Yeah. And we're open to the public, and we're open year round. So, like I said, we have the view. Everybody comes to us to have a cocktail, and because we overlook, the whole Whitlock Bay.
Yeah.
And then in the summertime, when the sun goes down, it goes right down across the middle of the bridge. So everybody comes in to watch the sun go down, have some cocktails.
Yeah, sit back and enjoy and talk about a good day hunting. That's what a guy should be doing. Do you see a lot of the local farmers, ranchers coming in and utilizing it during the off season?
Oh yeah, we don't have a lot of people here, so yeah,
it's kind of nice, isn't it?
Yeah, so yeah, there's not a whole lot of places for them to go. So yeah, it's a great thing, and we get to meet a lot of people, and like I said, when I go to town, more people know who I am, and like the wife always say, "Yep, somebody else said hi to me today that I didn't know."
Yeah, that's a good thing, though. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Well, if people have questions for you, they want to talk to you about any of this, how do they get in touch with Mark Braaten?
You can call us at Brown's Hunting Ranch, and phone number there is just the easiest to get a hold of me is 605-769-4339, or you can go online and brownshuntingranch.com.
Okay. Well, Mark, I appreciate it making time for me here on a Saturday. I know it's windy over and you're getting rain. I got sunshine peeking through the cabin here, and my God, the wind is picking up over this way too. So have yourself a great week and enjoy, and we'll catch up closer to the deer season.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah, we'll talk about that youth hunt a little more.
Yeah. Well, it depends on what's going on this summer. We're not out of the drought yet. I might be down there fishing in your neck of the woods.
Sounds good, Scott.
All right.
Good.
Thanks a lot, Mark. You have yourself a good weekend.
You bet. Yep, you too. Have a good day.
You bet. Bye. Mark Braaten from Brown's Hunting Ranch. You can go to brownshuntingranch.com for more information and get all that information for that. Just a reminder, the Lee Angus Ranch. Sale date is May 10th here. Moved it back a couple because of the sale date, all the storms that we've been having. Just backing it up here a little bit. So May 10th is the date for the Lee Angus Ranch sale. That's going to be at the Bowman Auction Market, Bowman, North Dakota. Other events going on. I had somebody questioning if you have information about this, get in touch with me about the kids fishing tournament that's supposed to be at Farm Island. If you have information about that, please send that my way as well. And any information, whether it's kids fishing or coyote tournaments or any of that nature, I'd be more than happy to get that information out to as many people as you can all across North and South Dakota. Appreciate you guys tuning in. It is still turkey season going on here. So if you're out there in the turkey blind, which I know there's one guy at least listening to the YouTube feed, and he's out trying to get some turkeys down here. I appreciate you listening, and good luck to everybody out there. If you're still trying to fill that turkey tag, good luck to you. You can find more of my show, daily program, on every one of these radio stations. Plus, you can find it on my website, dakotaprairieoutdoors.com. And if you have items of interest you'd like to get on the radio program, you can always text those to me, 701-425-6651. That's my number, and I'd be more than happy to look into it for you. Have yourself a great weekend. Eat some meat, drink some milk, and think a farmer rancher out there. Have yourself a great weekend. Thank you, stations. Have yourself a great day. Everybody else on the YouTube channel, thank you guys for staying with me and tuning in. And let's make sure to keep having people subscribe. That helps me try to get a little bit more mobile. Have a good day. All right, Mark, thank you, sir.
You betcha.
You have your